Functions in Python, a beginner's tutorial introduction to functions. Functions are a fundamental building block in Python and many programming languages. They allow you to encapsulate code into reusable blocks, making your code more modular, organized, and easier to maintain. Making you more and easier to In this tutorial, we'll cover the basics of functions in Python, including how to define and call them, along with some examples. What is a function? A function is a named block of code that performs a specific task. It can take inputs, arguments, perform operations, and return results. Functions help reduce code duplication and improve readability. Defining a function: you can define a function in Python using the def keyword, followed by the function name, parentheses, and a colon. The code block within the function must be indented. Syntax: Python def function name parameters code block return result. Example of a simple function: let's create a simple function that adds two numbers. Python def add numbers result of return result. Calling a function: once a function is defined, you can call it by using its name followed by parentheses, including any arguments if required. You can also define default values for parameters. Example with default parameter: Python def greet name world return hello name. Calling the function without an argument: print greet output hello world. Calling the function with an argument: print greet Elise output hello Elise. Returning values: functions can return values using the return statement. Once a return statement is executed, the function exits, and the returned value can be stored in a variable or used directly. Example of returning multiple values: Python def arithmetic operations be some result of the diff result of return some result. Diff result: calling the function sum vol. Diff val arithmetic operations 10 5 print sum val output sum 15 print difference. Diff val output difference 5 variable scope: variables defined inside a function are local to that function. They cannot be accessed outside of it. Example of variable scope: Python def me function local var 10 print inside function local var me function print local var. This will raise an error as local var is not defined outside the function. Lambda functions: Python also supports anonymous functions known as lambda functions. These are small and can take any number of arguments but can only have one expression. Example of a lambda function: Python a lambda function for squaring a number square lambda_xx. Calling the lambda function: print square 5 output 25. Conclusion: functions are a powerful feature in Python that promote code reuse and organization. In this tutorial, we covered the basics of defining functions, calling them, using parameters, returning values, understanding variable scope, and creating lambda functions. Experiment with creating your own functions and see how they can simplify your programming tasks. Additional resources: Python official documentation on functions, Hotstocks, Python org 3 tutorial, control flow, UTML defining functions, 3 schools, Python functions, Hut, Why 3 schools, Python functions. Feel free to ask if you have any questions or need further clarification on any topic.